Thank you, colleagues. We gather in the heart of Greater Western Sydney, a fitting place to launch our vision for Australia. Because the history of our country has been written here on top of the sweeping Cumberland Plain. Blacktown, Liverpool, Parramatta, Penrith, Bankstown. At the heart of all of these communities are hard-working Aussies who care about their families, love their country, and want to get ahead. Here, sheep stations became settlements, then towns, which joined together to form a great city in the freest and fairest country in the world. And there will always be wisdom we can draw from the shearing sheds of the past and the present. Years before I entered Parliament with our leader, Peter Dutton, I was a bush pilot in Western Queensland in Thargomindah, ably represented by our Nationals leader, David Littleproud. This quickly turned into a job as a shearer's cook and a rouseabout. The boys in the blue singlets, toiling in the heat and the dust of the shearing sheds, know a thing or two about hard work and reward for effort, just like the women and men who built Liverpool and Parramatta. Every Australian worker who helps to keep our country moving knows that nothing can be built without sacrifice and commitment. Whether it's the boys in Thargo or the tradies in Western Sydney, they know, as we know, that tough times call for strong backs and steady hands. And Australians know all too well, these are tough times. It's never been more expensive to buy your groceries, pay your power bill, keep a roof over your head. Australians are putting off having children because Labor's cost of living crisis is out of control. Foreign warships are circumnavigating our shores. Global trade uncertainties loom large. Homes are being vandalised, places of worship targeted, and people of faith persecuted. Australia faces a pivot point in our national story. That's why the choice at this election could not be clearer. In Peter Dutton, we have a tried and true leader. A leader who's been in the room at pivotal moments for our country. A leader who's made the big calls when they've mattered most. A leader in our world-class response to the COVID pandemic. A leader in the design and implementation of AUKUS. A leader who pioneered the visionary Medical Research Future Fund. He is ready. He is capable. He is the right man for the right moment. Together, our team has been outlining economic policies to deliver the cost of living relief that Australians are crying out for. Reducing the fuel tax and the car tax to give families a break. Energy policy that builds our economic base instead of tearing it down. Bold policies to rebalance migration and housing so our kids can get a home of their own. And backing small and medium businesses to grow and to thrive. Because if you don't have strong businesses, you don't have tradies on the tools. And if you don't have tradies on the tools, you don't have a workforce. If you don't have a workforce, you don't have an economy. If you don't have an economy, you don't have a country. Australia, we have a liar in the lodge. He is weak, indecisive, and out of his depth. After 3 years as Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese has left Australians poor, our nation weaker, and failed every test of character. When Alice Springs was burning, he was at the Australian Open, feet up, drinking beers, eating ice creams. When a synagogue in Melbourne was firebombed, he decided a hit of tennis in Perth was a higher priority. While Aussies paid thousands more in mortgage costs and power bills, he refused to apologise for promising the exact opposite.
Shame!
As Australians took up second and third jobs just to stay afloat, he was planning his retirement in Copacabana. Anthony Albanese's relationship with the truth is so slippery that when he fell off a stage in front of the entire country, he said it never happened. When there's a tough conversation to be had, this is a Prime Minister who goes missing. Anthony Albanese wouldn't last an hour in the shearing sheds of Thargomindah. At this election, the choice is clear. I know Peter Dutton well. He is a leader of conviction and integrity. He has always stood up for our country, and he always will. He doesn't shy away from doing the hard yards or making the tough calls. He has been the thin blue line, protecting women and children from harm. Not just every day, but every night as well, keeping our communities safe. Experience counts. With a combined 50 years serving together in Parliament, Peter and I are the most experienced leadership team to ever contest an election. We are all proud to call Peter Dutton a friend. But in 3 weeks' time, we will be even prouder to call him our Prime Minister. Friends, together, we will get Australia back